Oh my god, this is about my 10th try with this thing. My equipment is really old, just like me. It's low tech, just like me. This whole channel is a celebration of low tech, in case people haven't noticed. This is just something I wrote and I just printed it out. I found myself writing this as a comment on somebody else's YouTube video, somebody else's channel that I've been following very closely. And it's a woman who's incredibly honest. She's only in her 20s and is going through all kinds of stuff. She's really beautiful and insightful. And something she said kind of got me going. And I made a comment way longer than I thought it would be. And then I thought, wait a minute, maybe this is for me and I need to put it on my blog. And then I thought, what would happen if I took it from my blog and made a video? So it would kind of go full circle. Somebody else's video, comment, blog, video. So I'm just going to read it. It's a true thing. Just to throw in my 2 cents, I kept getting told by therapists, ministers, etc., forgive yourself. But then in the next breath they'd say something like, there's nothing to forgive. So I would get stuck. Okay, nothing to forgive, so I can't forgive? So what do I do? But I know I did a lot of damage to myself and my family when I was deep in my alcoholism and undiagnosed bipolar. Yes, I did hurt them and confuse them, and I failed to explain it because I was too deep in the chaos. So now I have this voice. I'm not psychotic, it's just a helpful voice I hear in myself saying, okay then, you did nothing wrong, but often you believe that you did something wrong, you still carry it. Can you feel compassion for that hurt, confused, lonely, screwed up, struggling person you were? The answer is yes, I can. Compassion is part of my deeper nature because I'm empathetic. I also feel some compassion, or maybe pity is more like it, for the people who hurt me, and there were many. They're kind of pathetic, after all, and I can't think of anything worse than to be that way. But when people say things like, oh, you must forgive them, your dad, your sister, bad therapists, etc., usually your dad, or you will be in a state of rage for the rest of your life. I believe this is a very sneaky form of the Christian agenda. No, I not only don't have to forgive, I do not have to do anything at all. That is up to me. Compassion has crept in like a tide, gradually and gently, and it amazes me. But I had 5 years of therapy that was sometimes overwhelming, and I often didn't feel like it was helping me at all. But it's now over 20 years later, and something has happened deep inside that is really only making itself known now. Forgiveness, the concept, gets my back up because it implies it's okay what you did. It's not okay and will never be okay what my dad did and what my sister did, bad therapy, and so on and so on. And I don't feel okay about hurting myself and hurting others. But I do feel deeply for that hurt and confused person. And if I can only talk to that hurt younger self, which in a way I am, I would say, you're in terrible pain and feel alone, but you're getting through it. And that is incredibly brave. Is that forgiveness? I think it's more complex and goes far deeper. I don't like the F word because of the toxic way it was pushed on me by the church and others who only wanted to help. Is there any other way? Are they right that I must forgive myself and forgive everybody else or I'll be in a state of rage and so on and so on? That's a bunch of hooey and only represents a way to get me to shut up. Think of it this way. If you think, okay, I'll forgive my dad, it means you can't really talk about it anymore, or people will realize you have not forgiven your dad. It is a way to get you to shut up. Shut up about it because it makes them uncomfortable to witness those emotions. They are threatened by it, so they will find a way to silence you. Like the Bible, forgiveness can be used as a weapon, and it is actually very selfish of them to push it on you or anyone else. It is some sort of awful test of whether you're a good Christian or not, or a good person or not, whatever. But the compassion came from somewhere so deep, it feels like a kind of miracle. It's not up to me. I can't summon it. But when I feel it, and I want to just push it away or tell it to get lost, I do have a choice to let it be. Just like the song, Let It Be. I let myself feel the untying of knots inside myself. Really, if you believe in Jesus at all, compassion was his way. It was being in a state of grace. All the emphasis on forgiveness may even be a mistranslation of the biblical text. I've read that the root for forgiveness in Hebrew means to untie. I'm sorry for the length of this, it's going on, but once I got going, it was hard to stop. If the F word doesn't work for you, there are many other ways, and there is your way, which will eventually make itself clear. Well, there you go. I've just been eloquent, but this is something I've wanted to say and put on a video for a long time. I don't do a lot of face-to-face. I had to sort of get my thoughts down, but it damn bothers me. I see this thing I watch Dateline and all those things, and sometimes it's American South and pretty hardcore, but these women whose daughters have been murdered will say, oh, I've forgiven him by now, I've forgiven him. I think, well, okay, but are you doing it because somebody told you you're supposed to? I'm not saying hate the guy for the rest of your life. I would. I'd hate him. But you know, if you can even feel a little bit sorry for a person like that, it means something else is coming into the mix. It is a kind of mercy. There's a wonderful line by William Blake, for mercy has a human heart, pity a human face. And that's what it's about. Pity isn't the strongest thing to feel for someone. It can be a little bit demeaning, but that's all they deserve. If they get pity for me, they're doing pretty good. They get more than they deserve. Meanwhile, I have some release for some of those feelings. I don't have to carry them around anymore. So those are my profound thoughts of the day. Ferocious Gumby does not too often wax profound, but today I felt the need to do so. Whether I post this or not, it's kind of doubtful. But if I do, then you know that it was heartfelt, and I hope someone out there can hear me.